Hey everybody, it's day 19 of the gratitude challenge. And today's prompt is it's kind of one of those funky get in your head kind of ones. But the prompt today is describe a rejection you are thankful for. And I think, when I was thinking about, like back in high school, I asked people to take me to the prom and I got turned down. And, you know, okay, but I really didn't want to go. So I kind of manifested my own. But I think I think the one rejection that I'm really thankful for is when I got out of college. Actually, before I got out of college, I was studying to become a registered dietitian because somebody told me that was something that I should do, was become a registered dietitian. And I was doing my internship and I got into the hospital setting and I'm like, I don't want to do this. This is like suck. And I got out of college with my degree in home economics with an emphasis in food science and nutrition. And the first thing that I did was got food gigs. So I worked for Budget Gourmet and I did R&D for them. I worked for Libby's Pumpkin. I did R&D for them. I worked for this lady named Julia Weinberg, and she had a consulting firm in Simi Valley in California, and she was helping the Japanese get Japanese products palatable to the American palate. So I did this 150 recipes all on tofu, and to this day, I just don't like tofu. You, I don't like tofu. So I'm working, at doing all these consulting gigs, but because back then in the food industry, um, having a 9 to 5 job as a home economist, you either was a school teacher or you worked for the utility companies, and I couldn't get a gig in either one of those because I was like green fresh out of college. So I ended up getting like these little stupid jobs, and one of the jobs that I ended up getting was at this muffinery. It was a bakery where this lady made muffins, and she sold the muffins and I told her that I was looking to see how the bakery was run, so that I could work in that industry maybe. I just freaking needed a job. So I gave her that. And so she was cool with it. But she was just a little too OCD. And I mean, like, her little universe had to be exactly her way. I would go around the restaurant, I'd wipe down, and I'd been a server before. I knew how to run a restaurant. And I would go around the restaurant and I'd wipe off tables and stuff, and she'd come right behind me and she'd wipe the exact same table the exact same way I had just done it. And so, like, I'd make the iced tea, and she would complain because I made it too strong, or I didn't make it strong enough, and then it was just like, and it was just this kind of deal. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't need this. And so I walked out, and I just, I'm like, you know what? See you later, bye. And so, actually, she kind of let me go because we were talking about it. She goes, well, you know what? If you're unhappy, I don't need you. And so we parted company, which was fine with me because she would only be happy running the place by herself, and so sure enough, it didn't last long and it closed down. But and then so I ended up getting a job at a mailboxes etc. place. It was one of those early places that did that kind of housing your mail for you and stuff and whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. And from there, that's where I got recruited from UPS, and I started my career in logistics. And so that rejection of me butting heads with the muffin lady, do you know the muffin lady, led to me getting into logistics, which has been my career for the last 35 years, almost 40 years. Yeah, and so, that's a rejection that I'm thankful for, because if I continued to try and stay in the food industry, I probably would have ended up being unhappy. And so, even though I have all this skill and all this knowledge from from my time in the food industry, I've been able to use it almost daily, in my career now in the grocery industry. So, so there's a rejection that I'm thankful for. So thank you, Muffin Lady, whose name I can't even remember, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have gotten into logistics. So there you go. That's day 19 of the gratitude challenge. Tomorrow is day 20. Day 20. So, anyways, if you like what you're seeing, remember, like and comment if you have a rejection that changed your life that you're thankful for. And don't forget, subscribe. So, thank you, wonderful world of utopians. I look forward to you watching what I have to say tomorrow on day 20. Day 20 of the gratitude challenge. All right, talk to you later. Bye bye.